On 19 September 2024, the Washington Mystics ended their 2024 campaign with a win against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, 92-91. Unfortunately for Washington, the win was not enough to secure their spot in the playoffs after the Atlanta Dream scored a 78-67 victory over the New York Liberty. It is now the Dream who are headed to the postseason as the number 8 seed, while the Mystics have been eliminated. Fever Mystics set WNBA attendance record with 20,711 fans. The Fever and the Mystics play in front of a sellout crowd of 20,711, which is the most attended game in WNBA history. Without wasting any time, let's dive right into the action between the Washington Mystics and the Indiana Fever. As the first quarter kicks off, Aaliyah Boston secures possession for the Fever, and Lexi Hull quickly passes to Caitlin Clark, who wastes no time finding Nalissa Smith for a smooth jump shot, giving Indiana the first 2 points. Shortly after, Boston draws a foul and knocks down both free throws with precision. Clark then delivers a long pass to Smith, who gets fouled but misses, only for Lexi Hull to tip it in, keeping the momentum in Indiana's favor. Smith adds 2 more free throws and then drives to the basket for an easy layup. Clark steps up and nails her first deep 3 of the game, showcasing her range early. Washington finally gets on the board when Brittany Sykes sinks 2 free throws. Indiana's Kelsey Mitchell responds, receiving a bounce pass from Boston and finishing with a layup. Mitchell isn't done, driving again for another bucket. Caitlin Clark, always dangerous, sinks another beautiful 3-pointer from deep, extending Indiana's lead. Nalissa Smith follows up with a no-look reverse jumper, hitting another 2 points despite tight defense. Washington's Sika Cone counters with a layup and sinks a free throw, keeping the Mystics within striking distance. Cone adds a 3-pointer moments later to boost her team. Washington stayed aggressive, with Melbourne stealing the ball from Fag Bentley and scoring an easy layup. Cone stays hot, sinking 2 more free throws. Erica Wheeler responds for Indiana with a strong drive to the hoop for a layup. But Walker Kimbrough answers with a 3-pointer for Washington. Melbourne drives again for another layup before Engsler closes out the quarter with a 3-point jumper. Indiana dominates the first quarter with Clark and Smith leading the charge, while Washington tries to chip away, setting up a competitive second quarter. At the end of the quarter, the Indiana Fever are having a 2-pointer lead, with Indiana Fever on 24 points and Washington Mystic on 22 points. The second quarter kicked off with Washington's Sika Cone driving to the basket for a layup, quickly answered by Aaliyah Boston, who responded with a smooth 2-pointer. Engsler added to Washington momentum by driving in for a layup. Walker Kimbrough kept Washington in the game, attacking the basket for a layup of her own. The game heated up as Dantas nailed a 3-pointer after a quick pass, but Engsler immediately responded with a 3 of her own, keeping the pace fast. Walker Kimbrough continued to shine for Washington, sinking a corner 3 to close the gap. Nalissa Smith then headed to the free throw line, making 1 of 2, while Samuelson added a mid-range jumper for 2. Indiana's Wallace hit a 3-pointer from the corner, but Washington's Atkins quickly responded, matching her with a 3 of her own. Boston showcased her skills again, hitting a beautiful jump shot for 2, but Wallace wasn't done, driving hard to the basket for another layup. Sykes answered for the Mystics, driving in for a layup to keep Washington in the game. Wallace then earned 2 free throws, converting both to extend Indiana's lead, but Atkins responded with another 3-pointer for Washington. Nalissa Smith attacked the rim, adding 2 more points with a layup, while Dolson scored a putback layup for Indiana, continuing the back-and-forth battle. Atkins came up big defensively, stealing the ball and converting it into a jump shot for 2, cutting into Indiana's lead. Caitlin Clark, after drawing a foul, calmly sank both free throws, maintaining her composure under pressure. In the final moments of the quarter, Atkins got another look from deep and hit a 3-pointer. As the second quarter concluded, the Washington Mystics took control, building a 7-point lead over the Indiana Fever. Washington led 52-45. As the third quarter began, Engsler came out strong, sinking a running layup. She wasn't done yet as she drove to the basket again for another layup. Washington's Atkins responded with a three-pointer, but Nalissa Smith answered for Indiana with a smooth turnaround hook shot. Atkins, in rhythm, drained another three-pointer, keeping Washington in control. Sykes continued the Mystics' momentum, hitting a running layup. But Erica Wheeler countered with a corner three-pointer for Indiana. Nalissa Smith, showing her versatility, sliced through the defenders for a layup and added a free throw to cut into Washington's lead. Sykes stayed aggressive, making another running layup for the Mystics. Fag Bentley then contributed for Fever, scoring a layup, and Cone responded it with a turnaround jumper. She wasn't done, sinking a beautiful reverse layup to extend the Mystics' lead. Walker Kimbrough also got in on the action, driving to the basket for a layup of her own. Indiana's Wallace tried to keep her team in it, hitting a pull-up three-pointer, but Cone responded with a reverse layup. Melbourne added a running layup for the Mystic, but Samuelson drove hard to the basket for another layup, but the Mystics are ahead. As the third quarter concluded, the Washington Mystics took control, building a 16-point lead over the Indiana Fever. Washington led 82-66. The fourth quarter kicked off with Dantas sinking one of two free throws for Indiana. Wallace quickly followed up with a driving, floating jump shot, putting pressure on Washington. Cone answered for the Mystics, hitting a layup to maintain their lead. Fag Bentley responded with a running layup for Indiana, and Samuelson then caught fire, hitting a jump shot from three-point range, followed by another three from the corner, igniting the Fever's offense. Sykes drew a foul and stepped to the line, making both free throws to keep Washington in the game. Angsler hit back for the Mystics with a three-pointer, adding to their score. Berger then found her rhythm, hitting a running pull-up jump shot for Indiana. Wallace continued the scoring spree with a three-pointer, helping the Fever close the gap. Melbourne quickly countered with her own three-pointer for Washington, keeping the momentum. Saxton added a layup for the Fever and followed it up with a three-pointer, bringing Indiana within striking distance. As the game wound down, Wallace made a driving layup, capping off a strong performance for Indiana. As the second quarter concluded, the Washington Mystics wins, building a one-point lead over the Indiana Fever. Washington led 92-91. That's it for this one. Thanks again for watching, and remember to like, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed the episode. We'll catch you in the next one. This is Glory Reports. Watch exclusive documentaries every day.